Hi guys, my name is Via and welcome to a new video. As you can probably tell, this is a pretty different video from like my past ones. As you can see on the title, this video is going to be about Mystic Messenger, specifically about my first impressions about it and my current ones. I just didn't put my current ones because then the title was going to be too long. But yeah, basically all of my thoughts of the game itself and the characters. So yeah, disclaimer, this is not going to be a video like about me playing the game and like, real time, me being recorded playing Mystic Messenger and my reaction of it. No, that's not what it's going to be about. It's just gonna be me recollecting my thoughts and my memories and my first impressions about this game into this video. And like I said, my current ones, what I think about it or them currently. So yeah, let's get into it. So before getting into the characters themselves, we need to first talk about the game in general, the game itself. How did I first get into playing ultimate games? How did I started playing Mystic Messenger? Well, this was years ago. I couldn't say how long it has been because I have pretty bad, my memory is pretty bad, not gonna lie. So I cannot say exactly, but it has been a couple of years since I played Mystic Messenger. When I first played it, of course. And Mystic Messenger was actually not the first ultimate game that I played. I think if I'm not wrong, I think I played like 2 other ones before Mystic Messenger, but it didn't took me that long for me to like discover about Mystic Messenger and get into it. Yeah, clearly it didn't take me that long. Now, when I first got into ultimate games, I of course also needed to have a taste for the community, like dive into it a little bit, and also not like be fully on, but like, just a bit. And I feel like you weren't part of the ultimate game community unless that you didn't hear about Mystic Messenger. Mystic Messenger was everywhere. Like, I kid you not, like, everybody would talk about Mystic Messenger. I feel like if you just play ultimate games in general, or like you're first diving into that whole genre or whatever you call it, I feel like you must have heard about Mystic Messenger somewhere on the way. Like, that's just how popular Mystic Messenger is and how loved it is as well. It was, and it still is, by the way. And that was my experience. I'm not saying that this is everybody's experience because it's not, but this was definitely my experience. Like, when I first got into ultimate games, like, I just couldn't stop hearing about Mystic Messenger and people talking about it and how much they recommended it and how good it was, and that if you like ultimate games, that you should play it because, like, it has a really good story or whatever. And yeah, my first impression, I guess, about the game itself was really good, actually. And well, actually, me and my cousin started playing ultimate games like around the same time, and she actually got it like into Mystic Messenger a bit before me. Not that much before me because I was busy with this other ultimate game, but she did started playing it a little bit before me, and then I later caught up. And yeah, like, she would also tell me that at least for what she has played for right now, like at that moment then, that it was good. I would say 10 out of 10 even. So yeah, moving on. The first character upstage is Zen. Woo! Yes. So I'm gonna be doing this by order. By this, I mean if you played Mystic Messenger, you know that there's a certain way that you have to play it. In other words, play the characters chronologically for the story, I guess, to make more sense. it is like you don't have to, but it is recommended for you to play it that way. And that's the order that I'm gonna be using now. So yeah. Okay, my first impressions about Zen. So I of course thought that he was handsome. I mean, how could I not? I mean, there really isn't no character in Mystic Messenger where I was like, yeah, no, you're ugly. No, there was no character like that for me. For me, they were all, I mean, they are all attractive. Like, they're all handsome, they're all beautiful, ethereal, whatever you want to call it, I guess. But yeah, like, I saw Zen and I was like, okay, yeah, he's cute, you know? He's handsome. And there was one thing though that I initially did not like about him, and it has something to do with his hair. You might ask yourself, what is that? It was his rat tail. I did not like his rat tail in the beginning. I'm sorry, but that's a rat tail. So I first thought that he had short hair. I mean, clearly, I mean, if you see him like just like as a like in a front view, and just by seeing the top of his head, like the layers, like I thought that he had short hair. It wasn't until like he turned around that's when I saw the monstrosity hiding behind him, which was his, in between quotation marks, ponytail, that I was like, what? What is that? Like, I did not like his hair, dude. I was kind of like, bro, like, what's the point of having your hair long and in a ponytail if you're just going to have like 3 strands? 3 strands in a fucking ponytail, you know? And I really did not like his hair in the beginning. Nowadays, I've grown to like it. Yeah, I did grow to like it. Now I don't really mind as much. Not as much. I don't really mind at all anymore, as much as like it used to, and as much as it did used to bother me. But yeah, that was definitely one thing that I did not like about Zen in the beginning. Another thing that I noticed about Zen was that he was a very confident man. He was very confident, and you could even say like full of himself. Not in a bad way, of course, but more in the sense of that he knew that he was attractive. He knew that he was handsome, dude. And he would obviously express it. Yeah, he would obviously not hide that from anybody. And he would take pride in that, I guess, a lot, verbally. So yeah, I noticed that about him, and I was like, oh, okay. I see you. Those were like the 2 major factors that stood out to me when I first played Zen, which was, like I said, his hair and his, I guess his demeanor, his behavior, the way that he presented himself with others. Yeah. Nowadays, I really like him. He's a really nice guy. I also like his story, you know, like I like his background or whatever. And yeah, I mean, I liked it so much to the point where I didn't want his route to end, because I mean, it obviously came, you know, to the moment of like me finishing his route. And well, I don't know, I was just left like with this sense of emptiness in honesty. Like I just didn't want it to end. Like I wanted it to keep going. Like I wanted to keep messaging him. I don't know, I wanted more stuff to happen with him. And I kind of did feel sad that I had ended his route. And yeah. Another thing, this is not really like a current impression, I guess, but it is something that I correlate a lot to Mystic Messenger, and specifically to Zen's route, which is because at the time when I first got into playing Mystic Messenger, and when I was obviously playing Zen's route, I also got onto I also got into a song at that moment, a Miku song to be specifically. It is called Anamanaguchi, and I actually really like that song. I still really like that song, but around the time that I got into that song, it was also when I was playing Zen's Route, and I mean, I listen to music all the time. So every time when we would go out and we would be on the road, like I would just listen to music and I would listen to this song. And I remember while listening to it that I would just think about Zen. I would just think about Zen's route and like everything that had gone down. Specifically a very important part, which spoiler alert, if you haven't played Mystic Messenger but you want to play it, skip to this, but if not, then it's okay. If you've already played it, stay, and if you don't care, the same. I specifically would like imagine, like, you know, about Unknown, you know, like planting a bomb on our apartment, and I'm pretty sure that Zen came over. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me though, because I have really bad memory. And like I said, I don't mind his hair anymore, but going back to the Miku thing, like now every time I listen to that Miku song, like I always get reminded of Mystic Messenger and specifically about Zen. So the second character up to the stage is Yusang. Oh, it's Yusangi's turn. Okay, so my first impression about Yusang was cute. Yeah, I thought he was really cute. He was very cutesy. And I related this to like the typical cute guy of the group. Because I feel like in every otome game, among like all the guys that there is, there's always a cute guy. There's always a cutesy one. And he kind of reminded me of that. So I was kind of like, okay, so he's the cute one of the group. You know, he's the cute one out of them all. And yeah, cute. Another thing that I noticed about him pretty quickly, more like instantly, was his big ol' eyes. I noticed his huge eyes, dude. Yeah, he has, I don't think I have to say that Yusang has pretty big eyes. I feel like especially compared to the rest of them, to the rest of the Mystic Messenger characters, to the cast, Yusang has some big eyes. Bugs who? I only know Yusang, so be careful, guys. He can see everything. Moving on. Another thing that I knew about him, this is more like something that I related to him, was that we were both students. Because Yusang, yeah, he's actually a student, just like me. And yeah, even though I played his route like a couple of years ago, I related to this. And another thing that I related to him was that we were around the same age, actually. I don't remember how old exactly I was, and I don't even want to throw out a number out there because I really don't remember, but I do remember that we were around the same age and that he was also a gamer. Yeah, I mean, I like games. I wouldn't call myself a gamer because I don't know, that's a big title, I guess. But I really do like games a lot, and I sometimes do like to play games on my day-to-day basis. So that was another thing that I liked about him, you know, like I guess he was like, out of all of them, the more normal one. He was like the more normal one, if I would say so myself. So yeah, I related to him a lot, actually. Nowadays, well, I like him. I mean, I like all of them. There's literally no character that I dislike, so I'm not gonna be like, yeah, no, like Yusung, guys. Like, no. I like him. He's a really sweet guy. He's a really sweet boy. Another thing, I just keep relating to Yusung, dude. I related to him again regarding school because if I remember correctly, don't quote me though because my memory is really bad, okay? But if my memory serves me right, I think Yusong lacked a lot of motivation when it came to school. So much to the point where like he was literally failing all his classes if I'm not wrong. And like he just like wouldn't really care. Like he would just care about his games or about like, let's say like the Mystic Messenger group chat, but like that was it. Like he literally had like no motivation when it came to school. And yeah, I relate a lot to him back then and even now. So yeah. Another thing that I know about him now and that I really like about him is that he is very brave and strong. What I mean by this is about something that happens in his route. Spoiler alert. If you haven't played Mystic Messenger and you want to play it and do not want to get spoiled, I would recommend you to skip at this time step. If you're okay with it, even if you haven't played it, or if you have played it, yeah, listen in. So what I mean with this is that, well, you know, like there was a scene where like, I'm not gonna say it in great detail, but he basically gets slashed on the eye by unknown, and even so, like he still like stood his ground. Like he still was like, you know, like he faced it head on, I guess. And even afterwards, dude, like even though like his eye was I shouldn't be laughing at this. Like he was still like chill about it, you know? Like he was still him basically. And I really like that about him. The last thing was that I definitely think he looks better blonde than when he does like brunette, I guess. Cause yeah, like he's not originally blonde. Like he originally has darkish brown hair. And not that he looked bad with brown hair. I mean, he looked fine. But I definitely think blonde hair fits him better. And I feel like it also gives him more personality, in all honesty. Like, it just fits him. So yeah, you stay blonde, Yusong. Yes. Now, the third character up to the stage is Jae-hee. Woo! Jae-hee. Yes. So, my first impression about Jae-hee was interesting for sure. I thought he was a guy at first. I feel like I'm not the only one that this happened to though. I thought he was a guy at first because of her hair. I mean, not that a girl having like short hair automatically makes him a guy, you know, but like, you know, this is an ultimate game, so I thought she was a guy. And I think when I first realized that he wasn't, it was when I watched the trailer of the game. Which I'm pretty sure it's the one where like is the song playing, right? Like the little Mystic Messenger theme song. And I guess like her scene came up, and that's when I saw something very interesting. Yeah, I was kind of like, wait a minute. Are those boobs? Are those titties I'm seeing on my screen right now? And they were. Clearly, she's a girl. And yeah, but either way, she's a really pretty woman. She's a really pretty girl. And I will never take that away from her. Yes. Another thing, I literally thought her route was going to be a love story, just like the rest of the guys. Yeah. Of course, when I played her route, I soon found out that it wasn't. It was actually a friendship story. But in the beginning, when, I first got into playing her part, I really thought it was going to be a romance, just like the rest of the cast. I mean, why would I not think that? That's how it is with everybody else. Why would it not be with her? And actually, I thought it was also like pretty interesting and cool as well that they included a woman in all that into this, because I was kind of like, yes, variety, representation, yes. She is for the girls or for the guys. I'm not trying to ostracize, is that the word? Anybody? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I was kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna make Jaehee fall in love with me, and that dream later came crashing down. Which was okay. It was fine, but it was a little bit upsetting at first, because I thought that it was gonna be, it's different, because she's not a guy, she's clearly a girl, and it had been like the first Ultimate game where like a girl was included, and I was like, oh my god, like that's so cool. Like, we can also have our love story with a girl, damn. And it didn't happen that way, but it's fine, it's okay. Yeah, like I said, I also noticed that she was the only girl of the group, which again, like I said, I found it interesting. Another thing that I noticed was that she was a fangirl. Specifically, Zen's fangirl. So I was like, okay, all right, that's cool, because, yeah, I support her. Nowadays, even though her route turned out to be not like a love story or romance like I thought it would be in the beginning, and it was more about friendship and us just getting closer to each other, it was still really good. Like, I still really, really liked her route. Like, she's really is like a wonderful person in general and a friend. Yeah, like I really liked her route. Like, even so, it wasn't what I initially thought that it was going to be about. I still really liked it. And again, it is different because, like, I guess, like, even though it wasn't a romance like the rest of the guys, it was more about friendship and us just literally trying to help her, because she was having like a very difficult time in her route, specifically with Jumin, because obviously, like, she works under Jumin, like she's his secretary. And I remember Jumin was being really hard on her. Like, yeah, he was being really hard on her, and she was just laying a lot of things up top of her, and like she just, I don't know, like she was just not there. Like, like her mood was slowly like diminishing, I guess. It was slowly decreasing, and we were just there kind of to support her and kind of get her out of there, that she really doesn't have to be putting up with all this, because she should be doing something that she loves, not something that stresses her out or like literally makes her miserable. And we really did help her in that part. And yeah, like it was a sweet story indeed. I liked it. Another thing that I want to point out, this as my current thoughts about her route and the whole deal, is that I feel like she could have really had a relationship with Zen. Yeah, this does not mean that I shipped them, by the way. I don't. It's not that I also dislike them either. It's not that, but either way, no. But like, I just feel like they could have had something. especially if she really wanted to. You know, I mean this in the sense that, like, you know, obviously, like, Jaehee really likes Zen. She really looks up to him. She really likes everything that he does, everything that he represents or whatever. And obviously, like, Zen likes her too, like, you know, because they would talk to each other in the group chat, you know. Also, her, like, being a secretary, or, I mean, even though that is being the secretary of, like, the most successful, like, CEO of all time, which I'm pretty sure that was Jumin. Correct me if I'm wrong. And, you know, like, Zen being, like, a really famous actor, you know, and them, like, being literally together, like, in this group chat where, like, they would talk to not just each other, but, like, the other characters, the other members daily, you know. I feel like if she really, really wanted to, like, you know, they could have had something. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have been a thing. Because, like, you know, Zen is attractive. Jaehee is a very beautiful woman as well. I mean, they clearly do like each other. Like, I don't mean it, like, in a romantic way, because obviously that was never shown in the game. But, like, you know, I feel like it could have happened. I don't know. That's how, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it now. I could be wrong, though, because, like, you know, she is a fangirl. Not that there's anything wrong with being a fangirl, but, like, you know, maybe some people may, like, question that and be like, no, like, you know, like, she couldn't because she's a fangirl, you know. And, like, I don't know, like, that's different. But, like, I don't know. I feel like they could have had something, especially, like, if she really, really wanted to. I feel like, yeah. For sure. I don't know. That's, yeah. I would just leave it at that. And that's pretty much it. That's my first and current impressions about Mystic Messenger and its characters. The first part, of course. I'm not done with the characters, okay? So there will be a second part, okay? There will be one. But for now, this is the end for the first part. Yes. So yeah, make sure to leave a like if you like the video and subscribe if you want to, of course. If you don't want to, that's cool as well. But if you do, then please do, and turn on the bell notification button. Yeah, and yeah, this has been me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. I noticed his huge eyes, dude. I feel like, especially compared to the other characters, like, Yosang has some pretty big eyes. Like, bro, Bugs who? Like, I only know yo I was gonna say Yosang. You suck.